I think one striking feature of the UK is the very big difference between London and the rest of the country, and that mirror really the overall economic environment where London has economic dynamic of its own. So the London market remains very buoyant, and there's a huge demand-supply imbalance in the residential sector in London, just because there's a lot of immigration in London, and that's the city itself is insulated and has its own dynamic, very much linked to the international economy. And the rest of the UK, the regions in the UK where there's much higher unemployment, it's a totally different market, and there the residential sector hasn't recovered. And I'm looking at the presentation we've just seen. I guess it's an average of the UK, and that's why we saw the declining residential prices on that chart. But it's very different story whether you look at the London and the rest of the UK market.
So you're seeing a very big difference, just completely different markets really between. Are you involved in both the regions outside of London as well?
Yes, Grainger originally is a northern company, and we've traditionally we have various offices across the UK. In the last 5-6 years, we actually divested from the region and focused on London. We are now starting to look at are there actually good opportunities in the regions because the price have corrected so much.
Okay, so you've seen there's already been a substantial enough correction within the UK to justify looking at those, going back into those markets.
Possibly, we're just looking at it.
And do you think that's the kind of thing that international investors ought to be looking at, or do you think that's really more for UK-based players who really understand the market, or how do you see that?
I think, investors in the residential sector will usually always go with a partner because the operation side is so important. Going back to the earlier question on the investors' opportunistic, the investors' risk profile, you have a few opportunistic investors that are interested to look into the regions. The vast majority of foreign investors and UK investors, for that matter, are focused on London.
Okay,
but they are the more core investors.